Hey everybody, thanks for using the Amazon banner on jmohr.com. This comes from our friend Steven Albatis. JJ, I just clicked through and I bought some underpants for your hands as a gift. Naturally, why else? Of course you'd give that as a gift. Put your name on it, Steve Albatis. Steve, thank you very much. I'm very honored that you've done that. And you guys, keep the emails coming. These are great. I never knew underpants existed until now. Only a Mohr.
Hey guys, you know I am nuts about the Real Housewives franchises on Bravo. Today I have a housewife on the show. Mama Manzo, Real Housewives of New Jersey. Here's the thing. I don't want you guys to think it's like a whole interview about the Housewives of New Jersey or the Housewives franchise. It's not. The thing is, it's such a phenomenon that we live in this like post-Kardashian world that reality shows, there's as many of them as there are scripted shows, it seems like, whether it's Duck Dynasty or, you know, any of them, Ghost Adventures, the Housewives franchises, Top Chef. And it's pretty fascinating. And I wanted to talk to one of them, but Caroline Manzo seems to be the matriarch of the New Jersey crew. And she seems to be the most honest without any agendas, and I'll talk to her about that too. And I know a lot of you guys on Twitter hit me up and say, I'm Team Judice, I'm Team Gorga, and Caroline's a bully, or I'm Team... Look, I'm Team Television. I just like watching TV. That's all I know. So... do I know Caroline Manzo? Yes. I've met her at one of my comedy shows, and I met her family was there as well at one of my stand-up comedy shows. Am I her ally? Of course I am, because I met her and she was nice to me, and that's really all it takes. I'm that simple. If you're nice to me, I talk nice about you for the rest of our lives together. I'm excited to have her on, but I really want you guys to not tap out thinking it's going to be all about Real Housewives. I think it's a real interesting way to get into, you know, nobody ever asked Charlie Sheen about acting. Nobody ever asked Jay Leno about comedy. What is it like to be on a reality show? Like, let's get to that. Like cameras in your living room. You know, you send your kid off to college, you know, something bad happens, you know, God forbid, you know, you get sick, real sick, or there's a death in the family, and then all of a sudden there's cameras. Imagine that. There's cameras in your house. A miscarriage. Think of that. You have a miscarriage and there's cameras there. They're scheduled to come in. They're in your driveway unloading camera equipment. Do you put it on? It's great TV. You'd be a star. That's the high wire act. That's what attracts me to these shows. And I'm not sure how these people navigate these waters. I'm not sure how these people decide what they want in and what they want out. And to be honest with you, I don't even know if they have a vote. I read Andy Cohen's book. I don't think they do. I'm pretty sure they're at the mercy of the Bravo editors. And at one point, you have enough of an ego that you think it's cool for yourself to be recorded, to be put on television forever. But there has to be a tap out point where you realize there's way too many cameras in my life and I'm going to be on TV forever. I mean, I'm sure at the end of Everybody Loves Raymond, Ray Romano was probably tired of looking up at the screen and seeing himself after a while. He was at least incredibly financially compensated and in creative control entirely. It was his show. He was Raymond on Raymond. He wasn't a moving part, an interchangeable part of a giant franchise that will move along without all or any of these women. That's what fascinates me about it. So, as I did with the Ray Mancini interview, if you weren't a sports fan, I asked you just to stay with me for the journey. And if you're not a Housewives fan, I asked you to just stay with me for the journey, because Caroline shoots from the hip. She's no nonsense, and she doesn't suffer fools lightly. So, if you're like, man, I don't really care about the Housewives, well, you know what? Then care about me and trust me to deliver an interview for you that isn't what you expect. We're doing pretty good so far, you and I, aren't we? So, this will be Caroline Manzo of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. And I wanted this disclaimer because I didn't want every guy, 42 years old, driving around in his Trans Am going, I'm not listening to this one. I'm skipping it. When's the next Corolla? Just hang in there and listen. It'll be good. I didn't let you down, did I? All right. Caroline Manzo, right now.
motto is either that you will or you won't.
So first of all, thank you for coming in from Strong Hoboken. I was trying to make it right like Strong Island, and I realized it doesn't work. And we got a peanut gallery today. I dig that. We got Chrissy and Al Senior holding it down. Yeah, you got to.
Yep.
You probably have to. You somehow have like taken on, people on the internet are like Team Manzo, Team Judice,
Right.
but Team Gorga, and for some. My wife and I have this all the time where America must be watching a different thing than what we're watching. Because we'll watch somebody and go, oh my God, like Nicki Minaj is so horrible. It's incredible. Like she's lip syncing in like rehearsal. And America's just like, and the award goes to.
Scary.
But you're somebody like, where people, even on the reunion specials, like the tweets and the emails keep coming in, the Real Housewives of New Jersey reunion specials, calling you a bully, and you think who you are. And my wife and I always look at each other like, this is just my wife and I speaking. Right. I'm not speaking for you. Like Caroline's the only sane person in the bunch. Like you always to us seem the voice of reason. And you've said, we're reality TV people. Like this is all going to go away.
Right.
So first of all, the fact that you can even have that cognitive thought puts you light years ahead of everybody else on television.
It's all it is a job. It's not my way of life. It's not, I don't live to be a Real Housewife of New Jersey. I live for my husband and my kids. This is a job. That's it. Jobs end. The fame is going to end. And when I turn around, they're going to be there. So they are my main priority, my focus. And right now I'm just rolling with it,
I like the outlook because that's how I look at acting. Mm-hmm. And like, not stand-up because I have to do stand-up. It's visceral. But like with acting, it's just a job.
Yeah.
Like, and then I got to go home and I got to face the same tiny crew that I have, So how do you get approached to be on? Let's just go linearly, I suppose. First of all, Franklin
Lakes, yeah.
You didn't go to Franklin Lakes High, though.
I'm sorry?
Did you go to high school in Jersey?
No, Franklin Lakes High. What's Franklin Lakes High? No.
I don't know. Is that a regional school?
No. That would be great if it was Franklin Lakes High. No, I went to school in New York. I'm a New York girl, Queens.
You're a Real Housewives from Queens. That's like the Jersey Shore kids all being from
right.
Rhode Island.
I moved to Jersey. Well,
you sneak.
No, not really.
The truth
not
comes
really.
out.
I moved to Jersey on my 16th birthday.
Oh, that's Jersey then.
So there you go.
And where'd you move? Belleville first?
No, I moved to Kinnelon.
Belleville.
No, Kinnelon, which was very far removed from Middle Village and Maspeth, Queens. And I went to Christ the King High School in Middle Village, and now I wound up at Kinnelon High, which is like everybody's wearing the corduroys. And
it's up by Summit, right?
No, it's
like I said, it's not by Summit.
No, it's not by Summit.
No,
what?
not by Summit.
It's northern New Jersey. It's like where's it by? My God, Wayne, Pompton Lakes, like that. It's about 10 minutes north of Wayne.
I'm a Verona guy, so I'm all about the Willowbrook Mall in
Right.
Wayne, holding it down. I remember Skates USA before he was born.
Totally, yeah.
That was the spot. That was the spot. I used to wear an Italian horn
Who
to
didn't?
fit in, but I'm not Italian.
I know, but who didn't? Everybody did.
Blonde hair, blue eyes. I'd wear an Italian horn, and I had a fake name when I went to places. Because when you leave your high school, you can reinvent yourself. Because no one's going to fool around with me from my town.
We still try to do that.
Yeah.
We still try to say, no, my name's Sue. But,
I go, my name, I remember this just the other day. I was Mark Diera.
Nice.
Some guy goes, who are you looking for? I go, can I just get back into Skates USA in Wayne, in Willowbrook Mall? And I go,
God, that's crazy.
no, and I was acting Italian. I'm like, no, I just want to see if my girlfriend's there. And he goes, what's your name? And I go, Mark Diera. It just came out.
Did it just come out like that? You didn't
just
think about it?
came out.
I love
And
that.
to this day, I'm like, of all the names, like, how would you spell Diera? Doesn't even make sense.
There's a lot of ways you could work it, though.
D apostrophe something.
I would go D apostrophe. Probably the easiest way is Diera, D apostrophe ERRA. or Dierra.
No, you were right the first time. ERA.
Because it's Dierra,
Do you know how long for 20 years it's been rattling around in my head that I never had closure?
No, because you got the D. It's like you emphasize the D. Dierra.
In the Jersey accent, you can say Dierra.
Yeah.
Because we say Mario instead of Mario.
Mario. Who's Mario?
My wife says to me all the time, like, why do you say Mario?
No, it's Mario.
It's Mario.
Yeah.
How do you get approached to be on a reality show? Like, there's a lot of people out there that are like, you should come into my house and film us, but they don't go to them.
And I always say, be careful what you wish for, okay? Yeah. Because it's insanity. It turned my life upside down. I'm on by default. I was not. They went to our salon at the time. They said, "What women do you know? Affluent, outrageous, over the top." I was not mentioned in the crew. When Jacqueline was doing her, I guess her sizzle reel to see, if Bravo wanted her, she said, "Why don't you go see my sister-in-law? She lives right down the block." And she called me up. She goes, "There's a camera crew on the way over." And I'm like, "For what?" And they came, and I said, "Listen, I don't belong on the show." And I pointed to my chest. I said, "These are real, and I love my husband. I don't belong on this show." And they said, "Well, you know what? We like you for the balance." And Christopher was home, and Lauren was home. Albie was away at college, and they liked the kids. And they approached me, and I was like, I don't know. And then at that time, the only housewife show that was on was OC. It was Tame, way back when. And I said, well, how bad could it be? But here we are.
How many years later?
Was
5?
Going into season 5, yeah.
And it has splintered and turned everything upside down. You have lost friends over this.
Well, you know what? I can't say I've lost friends or I've lost people because I think I would have lost them anyway. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah. People love to say that you've changed. I still worry about him having clean socks in the drawer and stuff like that. So no, I haven't changed. It's just that my world is different, and sometimes the people I've gotten to know so many more people in the circles I travel in are maybe a little bit different. It's not as easy for me, to go sit in a restaurant. I don't get bombarded by any stretch of the imagination, but you're getting stared at. And you see people with their phones on the table and they're videotaping you eating. And it's an uncomfortable feeling because you don't know how to handle it. Because I'm just like, there's nothing great about me. I have no talent. I'm just there. Cameras follow me around. I got lucky. That's all it is. I got lucky. And I have a problem dealing with and handling the fame. I don't like to say, I'm a, television reality star. No, I'm a reality personality, because if I could sing, if I could dance, if I could tell jokes or whatever, then I have talent. I'm just lucky.
I think, Caroline, what separates you from the pack, again, is you're the only housewife probably from any city that can sit on, 250,000 people listening to a podcast. Like, more people listen to this than watch, like, any of the daytime shows. Mm-hmm. To just go, I have no talent.
Right.
Like, I don't think you could twist anyone's arm. Whether it's Tamra, Teresa, or Nene, like, they'll all be like, oh, you don't even know how talented. Like, we're just scratching the surface of my talent. And you seem to be the only one to put it out on the table like, this is make-believe. This is ridiculous what we're doing.
It could be
Let's
anybody.
Get a check.
We're all replaceable.
That's so bizarre to me and refreshing. And that's why I get confused, probably not more than you, when you get the bully label put on you, because you seem to stay at, well, let's get to that in a second. But when you said about people changing, I wanted to say, people say that you changed. And my friends and I were just having this discussion. He's a comic, Joe DeRosa, and he said, the people around you change. You stay the same, but everyone around you starts treating you differently because you're on television.
They have expectations, and they're waiting for you to change, I think.
First expectation, you're going in your wallet, right? And you're like, really?
No, it's just like, it's crazy because a lot of people, it's hard because you have this platform and this voice, and a lot of people expect you to take them with you. But you can't. Like, I'm hanging out here with you. I'm not going to bring 25 friends with me out of respect to you.
Right, but in all fairness, you were hired kind of part and parcel with the family. So that's easier for you to say because your family kind of was hired with you.
No, I'm talking friends, extended, like, it's just that people don't understand when you go on, I'm sitting here talking to Jay Mohr. When I go on Regis and Kelly years ago, and now, Kelly and Michael, I haven't been on that one yet, but let's say Rosie O'Donnell, I've gotten to know her, but she is an acquaintance. She's someone, how are you? But I can't pick up the phone and go, hey, Rosie, but people expect things from you. Call Rosie for me. call
Oh, really?
Rosie, yeah, call Rosie for you. You know,
Like just people from the neighborhood?